So the purpose for this is just to give other Calmologists or people who are thinking about studying Calmology, and why we Calmologists embarked upon that journey.
Yeah, so I appreciate you joining me, because even though we're taping it in advance, April 16th is National Stress Awareness Day, and I think it's great that they have a day for everything. You know, do we really need a day to be stress-free or to acknowledge how stressed we are or how we can get out of stress? And it's important that, being that I'm up to and you're up to really big things in the world, that we just share what we are up to contribute to National Stress Awareness Day. So as you mentioned, we're both Calmologists, and people are intrigued with the term, but I don't think they know what it is, or they soon will be hearing more and more, because you are actually one of the first Calmologists that has ever been certified in with Sandy Newbigging's program, Calmology, our mighty mentor. And so that's great. Congratulations for being the first out of the gate. And you've already been showing wonderful strides. You are leading the one of the month, well, there's a weekly gathering, but you're leading once a month as part of the gathering, which is really wonderful to be able to take a moment out of my day to be a part of the gathering when it works. So, so welcome, Lorna. And why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself, what you did, or as a Calmologist, or what led you to Calmology?
Okay. Well, what led me to Calmology was actually I needed a new life strategy. It was pretty big, and I'd been, you know, as we all do, you know, we have these nudges in our lives to get us to change or learn and discover a bit more about who we are and what it all means in this, you know, in our lives. And for me, that I needed to really change my life strategy. What I mean by that is I needed to have a different relationship with my thoughts and my beliefs and my emotions. And so I was, you know, seeking that new life strategy that would help me and enable me to have a better relationship than I had. My quest took me, I knew of Sandy years ago, and you know, everything has a perfect timing. And I saw an email, and I then took a trip to London, and that's where he was holding an event there, and he was doing a talk on mind calm, actually. And I attended the talk.
I have the book.
Yay! The mind calm, absolutely. And he started to talk about the mind, and he then went on to share what we lovingly know as Gawo. And Gawo is, for those people who don't know out there, it stands for gently alert with your attention wide open. And it's a technique that enables the mind to have that space from the busy mind. And as soon as I experienced that was when a massive light bulb went on for me. I hadn't experienced, yeah, we do in our lives. We go to places, we sit and I've been a meditator most of my life, most of my, you know, 20 years of my spiritual journey. But this was completely different. This gave me a real depth of peace and calm in the mind. It was amazing experience at that point. So I had a chance to speak to him that day, and I said, I really, really would love to be one of your mind calm coaches at the time, before he had Calmology as a suite. As we know that Calmology comprises of 4 principles and techniques: mind calm, body calm, mind detox, and calm cure. And I wanted to be a mind calm coach. I was so lit up at that moment. And yeah, the rest is history. And I immersed myself in everything that I could see was starting to benefit me through what was going to be I didn't know at the time, but what was going to be the most life-changing experience for me in my personal life. And Mind Calm and alone gave me that space, that peace. And so yes, I embarked upon Calmology.
Yeah, you know, we take it for granted when we say make sure we're in Gao. But I also had the same experience when I first came across Sandy. I was fortunate when Hay House was having their international summit online. He was one of the speakers during my lunch hour. I always remember like how lucky I was to tap into that during that amazing day that I learned Gao. And I don't know why. I mean, I think, like you said, we've been on our spiritual journey. We've done a lot of things, but there was something simple about Gao that also kind of changed the molecules in my body. And I've shared it with people, and I feel they have the same experience. And what I love is a few of my coworkers that I've shared with, when I'm a little crazy, they'd say, you know, get back into Gao, Bonni. So hence the National Stress Awareness Day. You know, we can all continue, you know, but we're human beings no matter what, and there's a lot of things coming at us. But what do you think makes Gao so incredible? Because it's so simple tool, and I think it would be great if we could even like experience it together for people to see. But what was it for you that had that aha, eye-opening moment when you heard about Gao?
Yeah, I think it was really the experience of the mind becoming so still and being totally distracted by the thoughts that you usually are distracted by. And so for me, you know, when you ask the question, maybe we'll demonstrate that when we realize we've been in Gao, we've been very present, and our attention is in that beautiful, still, silent space, that there's no room for any thoughts to come in. And it was such an amazing experience to turn the noise off, you know, turn the noise down, really, you know. That was an amazing experience.
Yeah. And you know, one of the things I do love about the work, and I think that it does express why I fell in love with it, is you can slow the mind down, but you don't have to go to the mountaintop, so to speak, to do that. I was sitting in my office during lunch hour, as I said, just experiencing what it was to be alive, fully alive. And at that time, why it intrigued me more was I took on so much stress that it was affecting my body. And after I did the not only Gao, but he had, I think, a 10 or 15 minute session where he went through more of the whole Mind Calm, individual affirmations and body parts. I remember getting up from my chair thinking, you know, oh, you know, I'm going to have this normal pain that I had, and it was gone. So at that moment, instantaneously, I realized that thankfully it was just stress that was causing my discomfort, and I took on, as you did, you know, to become a Calmologist student, and to learn and be trained in how to share this wonderful work with others. So I like that you don't have to, you could do it right in your home, right in the street, wherever you are. You don't have to have an excuse to find time to close your eyes or meditate or be in Gao.
No, and it's exactly that. You know, we like to think that we have a busy mind and a busy life, and that we can't possibly fit meditation in, or you know, or fit anything to hold that space to take us away from the stress, or to remove that stress within our bodies. And that's what I'm really, really passionate about. My initial quest, as you, for want of a word, to find out my relationship, to improve my relationship with my thoughts and beliefs, my limiting beliefs. And that's my passion about teaching this and sharing this with others, that we can move away so easily. It's so powerful, but so easily away from those limiting thoughts and emotions and beliefs. And that's why I'm super excited to be able to share that to everybody.
Now you do have an accent compared to my accent. So where are you? I know I'm in Florida in America, but where are you teaching the Calmology and other passionate things in your life?
Well, currently I'm in the UK, and I'm in the Midlands in the UK. But I'm anywhere where I need to be with it. So it's a great way to just travel and meet people and talk about it and share it. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, which is great to be mobile, and I think just like we're communicating now in this day and age, and with this platform, it's amazing how, again, we have no excuses to find calm in our lives and ways that we can enrich our lives and have it be extraordinary and be in that present moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
So why don't you take us through Gao, since you mentioned it, and I think people are intrigued about what that really is.
Yes, so Gao is simply, it's a 3-step process really to initiate the meditation practice. And Gao is, first of all, we look ahead, gently focus ahead of ourselves without moving our heads or looking left or right. We start to become aware of something ahead of us. Just focus, a gentle focus in front of you. And as you do that, you then start to become aware, just widen your gaze, widen your peripheral vision without looking or moving. Just become aware, keeping that forward focus gaze, and just become aware of the peripheral vision, the wider view. And you'll start to take in a little bit more of where you're sitting, the room or whatever, without actually focusing left or right. So as you become more wider in your peripheral vision, left and right, you can then start to bring in a wider vision, keeping focused in front of you, gently focused. You can start to bring above and below. And so your wider vision, your peripheral vision is actually widening as you look ahead. And you just become aware that you have no longer a narrow vision, but you have this lovely, gentle, wide awareness, your vision. And that's what we call Gao.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and as calm as I was before, I just even feel like that depth of stillness, that just kind of like almost like a little blanket kind of coming over me. Really nice.
Yeah, and it's instant, and that's the thing that caught me that day. It's so instant, and that's with the eyes open. Of course, there's a closed eye using Gao. There's closed eye sitting, as we call it, meditation. So that's the initial technique, and we introduce calm thoughts as and when we move into start off using Gao. We start our practice with a wide focus, and then we introduce what we call a calm thought. So yes, Gao is the premise to which starts your meditation with mind calm and body calm.
Yeah, nice. It's so simple. So just something to put out there in the world, to have people start doing Gao and then eventually learn, which I think is very powerful, as you mentioned, the intention and the calm thought, to just start really shining the light on what's so powerful about this work. So how can people find you?
Wow, good question. So I'm in the process of updating my website, but at the moment I have contactable on Facebook with a page called Tranquil Life, and I'm on there, and I will be doing regular posts on there, and holding events, and information will be put out on that post initially. And then I hope to have a website soon, so that people can come to that. And it will be under my name, and Tranquil Life. So yeah, people can find me there too at some point.
Yes. And then if people join Sandy Newlegging's Calm community, they could tap into you. I think you're on Wednesdays, if I'm not mistaken. That
Yep. Yeah, I'm on Wednesdays.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of resources out there, and I think one of the things too, even though well, what's great is there's a lot of resources to tap into, and I think too, in order to begin a practice, it's sometimes who you resonate with,
Yeah,
as well as building the community. And I love it. I mean, I have a great community locally, but my life definitely is very fulfilled because I get to tap into a 24/7 community. I still get my sleep, but I definitely I have to be careful because, again, stress, lack of sleep could definitely add to stress. So regardless of how wonderful we are, how much meditation we do. So, but the good part of just not having to do it in the second things are happening because of this technology world that we live in, that we could tap into a live event when you do it on Wednesdays, or we could just tap into the forum and just keep connected. And I think for me, what I've learned in the journey is thinking about stress is, as long as I keep connected and keep communicating with people, that's also par for the course. And learning simple techniques and tools that don't have to get more stressed about, and don't have to be uncomfortable about it. A lot of times people don't do things because they don't understand it, or they think it's a lot of effort, or it's not comfortable for them. And this is so simple.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's no good stress. People say that they thrive on stress. That it's just an untruth, really. Stress in the nervous system builds up over time, and the body is naturally can't sustain that stress. So to have a technique like this that enables somebody to, when I said that I was using it just at the beginning of my journey, my Calmology journey, in what could have been the most stressful part of my life, on a personal and professional level, that I actually had immense calm, but also immense clarity. So, the stress was gone, the stress was not there, or any of the related, stress is an umbrella for a lot of things. And stress just didn't occur because, this amazing technique and the practice that we have, the meditation, the full meditation practice, stress just hasn't got room to be there. So yeah, it's a great stress dissolver, as I like to say.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Awesome. Well, I appreciate your time. It's definitely been enlightening, even getting to know you more, and also getting to kind of just soak up any conversation that talks about calm and having an extraordinary life is always valuable to me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I look forward to hopefully one day seeing you in person, but at least for now, seeing you in this extraordinary cyber world that we have created. And I have a feeling we'll be seeing each other soon. It's interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure we will do. We'll get to that day where we physically be able to see one another. And it's great to see the generations of Calmologists coming in now. And I'm super excited that we have this growing community. And I'd encourage anybody. We're always embarking upon growing and learning. And if your heart calls out to to have change for yourself, and also the change you want to see in the world, yeah, it's been a life-changing experience for me too. So I would encourage anyone who gets to see this, that they take the journey.
Great. Awesome. Thank you again so much, Lorna.
Thanks, Bonni.